EMTV's Vocal Fusion Season 8 is proudly brought to you by Colgate-Palmolive, Telecom PNG, Besta, Nescafe 3-in-1 Mocha, PNG Air, The Cosmopolitan, #1 Trophy House, The Crown Hotel, and Trends Beauty International.
With Final Cut 1 setting the precedent with the first 2 virtual contestants of the 34 making it through to the top 10, the second group, Final Cut 2, have their work cut out for them as the judges have made it pretty clear on their expectations during Group 1's virtual performances.
The disco lights going in the background. He's got that funky little jacket on, and he sang reasonably well. So far, the best by far. And I know it's one of Lavina's favourite songs, and I could see her really rocking away in the background there.
I think she needs to go back to the drawing board and take on those vocal classes because, yeah, it's not what we're looking for.
Like when we tell contestants to, get a song and put your own signature and twist to it. That's exactly what we mean. So yeah, we've gone virtual again for Vocal Fusion Season 8 this year. It would have been great for the show and just for everyone really if things return to normalcy. But as unfortunate as that is, we're still continuing to doing our part in enforcing the set protocols that are in place and standing by them as a new normal. For the entries so far this year, we've had some really interesting ones. So yeah, given the fact that we did go virtual for the first ever time last year, we sort of knew what to expect in terms of performances from the contestants. That's from down to presentation, wardrobe, how the videos were to be recorded, attire, everything. And in saying that also, we also know what to expect and what we're looking for this year. Yeah, so the entries did vary, when we went through the initial auditions that came in for us to choose the final cuts. There were some performances that blew us away from the get-go, and others only just managing to convince us. But I think that we feel as judges, I think we did our best to select what we feel are the best ones who deserve to make it through to the final cuts. It was very interesting for the whole concept of VF to go virtual last year. Interesting in the sense that it was a learning experience for all involved. And it culminated in an all-female grand final last year, who were all amazing in their own way, who did fantastic jobs with their performances up until the grand final. So in terms of benchmark, when it comes to virtual performances, yeah, there's definitely a standard we're holding this lot to. Because the contestants being virtual, performing virtual was new to everyone, not just for us, for the contestants as well. They brought their A game every week, and it was a thing about adapting to it as the weeks went by. So it came down to bringing their A game for their presentation, their attire, and Vina did a great job with them in guiding and mentoring them through all of that. So it was very enjoyable to watch as the contestants were narrowed down and grew in character as well, not just in talent. Regardless of the show being virtual once again, I really urge the contestants to still take it seriously and treat it as if it's the musical talent show that it still is. So that comes down to treating your vocal lessons and classes very seriously. You have an amazing coach and mentor in Lavina, who has a wealth of knowledge and experience. So absorb as much as you can from her, and I guarantee that you're going to go far. It also comes down to humility and attitude. So it's not just about talent, but about building your character as well, just making you a better person in general.
Is there something missing in my life? Then why?
With the final cuts, one last week that we saw, there were about 8 performances, but 2 were outstanding. And they deservingly earned their spots in the top 10. So there are about eight remaining spots in the top 10, and 2 were given away last week. So with the 2 outstanding ones last week, you know, I'm excited for tonight. And if what we saw last week was just a glimpse of what's in store for the next couple of weeks, then I can't wait to get things started. And I'm super excited for what the rest of the final cuts have in store for us.
As with anything virtual, there will always be challenges. But nevertheless, with Lavina's persistence and guidance with mentoring and vocal coaching, though it has been a steep learning curve for some, it has also been a valuable training tool for those wanting to progress further with their singing prowess.
Welcome guys to your first Zoom class. What basically I'm going to go through today is the checklist. Now, I don't know, unlike the other groups that I've gone through this checklist, I don't know if you guys have actually read through it and understood every point in there. It's important that you guys go through all the forms and that I sent through on your thread, because it really does answer all the questions that you have in regards to what you do for recording, how you record, what songs are not allowed, what songs are blacklisted, how to record, and all that jazz. But I wanted to go through it with you guys personally, just in case you haven't gone through the checklist, which is, I think it's paramount to creating a solid performance. Yeah. What you have to understand is this 1 minute 30 seconds is all you've got. So that was point number 8, was count 3 seconds before and after a performance. The reason why I need you guys to do this is so we can have a clean edit for the production team. Yeah. If you do not have somebody pressing record, stop, and you're doing it, and you're controlling the controls for record, when you do perform, you must count 5 seconds. Okay, so you press record, get into place. That 5 seconds is included. Press record, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, sing. Okay, then after you finish singing is you count 5 seconds, because you have to go back and press stop. Yeah? 5 seconds. You stand there after you do your last note. Please have your game face on for at least 3 seconds, because I don't want you to be singing this amazing song, la la la. No. Have your game face on for 3 seconds. Sing. 2, 3, 1. Hey, and then go and turn it off. Okay? I need a solid 1 minute 30 amazing performance.
Yeah.
So choose, like I said, choose the strongest part of the song. Choose the strongest parts of the song. Hence why I said, yo, if the second verse is stronger than that first verse, I'll go straight to the second verse, man. I'll go straight to the second verse. So one thing that I've mentioned to Ramandai is open vowels. We will go through a workshop, a one-on-one workshop together, so you guys can understand what I mean about changing your vowels. Like for an example, I, it's an ah. So instead of saying I love that, change it to I love la. You know what I mean? That's the type of technique that you need to apply when you're singing these songs for the show. Otherwise, it's just going to be a lot of twang and a lot of hideous sounding song. And I ain't about that. A few of you guys are sending me through videos with flat guitar. Oh my God. I'm like, can you hear that? If you can't hear that your guitar is flat, then your ears are flat, okay? You got to check your tail. Oh, hell no. I'm like, I'm dealing with singers and they can't even do that the goddamn parts. Number 4, choose a good backdrop. I don't want anybody sitting, oh my God, sitting on a chair, behind a counter, on a desktop, in the toilet, in the bathroom. Like some of you guys sitting in the toilet. I mean, look, I understand that the acoustics are amazing in the toilet and the bathroom. I understand. Like, goddamn, I do not want to see a toilet seat behind you when you send through your video. Oh my God. Standards here, guys. We have standards. I know my group 2 will bring it 100, but I'm just going to remind you, please. I need you to stand up. I need you to be proud. Take pride in your performance. Okay? Treat this like it's the show. Treat this like it's your show. Remember, you have 4 million viewers. We have 4 million viewers per show. That's how many people that will be watching you. Do you want people to see a toilet in the background, or you know what I mean? What do you want to see? What do you want to represent for your brand? You have to think about your brand. What are you wanting to represent? You in the backdrop. Because everything in this square is you. That's your reputation. 50% of a performance is your image. It's not your voice. 50% of everything that you do on the show is what you look like and how you present yourself. And then the other 50 is your vocals. So hello, weigh it up. Make sure that you look the part. Okay? Okay, number 17, visualization. One thing that I'm trying to encourage the contestants this year is visualize your performance first before you start rehearsing. This is one thing that you have to understand. It's mind over matter, okay? This is the thing. If you don't get this right, your nerves will get the best of you. It will. And one advantage that you guys have over the contestants before you is that you're doing it in the comfort of your own home. So there should be no excuse for you to be nervous. You know what I mean? You have all this space at home, you know your area, you know the certain places that you can go and record. You know what I mean? The contestants before you was confined on a stage. In a studio on Rises, we had to do placement, staging, vocals, rehearsals with a band, all this stuff. You guys have got it good, pretty much. I mean, like, yeah? So what the standard that I'm trying to lift here is make sure that this 1 minute 30, every element is ticked, all off the box. Tick the boxes. Do you look good? Do you sound good? Is the backdrop good? Is my video good? Have a checklist to tick off before you submit your video. I'm always saying, inhale positivity, exhale negativity. It's pretty much straightforward, and it's probably the logical thing to do, especially for an artist performing and ready to go up on stage. A lot of people, they tend to get nervous and they psych themselves out. This is when meditation and visualization comes in. Yeah? But as I said, you're in the comfort of your own home, so there you can therapy in itself. But at the same time, it can go nuts, right? Being at home. So you need to find the balance. Find the balance. Really, I can't even stress this enough. Loved working with Group 2. This group has some major talents, some really amazing talents that, you know, PNG, my goodness, that underground talent that you guys have, unmatched. I was really blown away by working with each individual the past weeks just to perfect their performances, as well as, you know, editing and making sure that they really do perform and showcase the best of their ability, the best of their vocals, the best of their performances, also breaking that box, breaking the mold of what they know, and, you know, and confined in, you know, with their space at home. And because they are in the comfort of their own home, they tend to get familiar and complacent. But this group in particular, they really did step out the box and really did push that envelope a little bit further than some of the contestants that we've heard so far. So I'm really excited about this week's group, also with the talent, their dedication, their focus, also their determination to get it right. Some of them, they called me from moving vehicles, for goodness sake, you know, to ask me, yo, coach, what was that vocal warm-up that we did at our last class? What was this technical thing that I needed to put in this part of the song? Can you please remind me? See, that type of hunger and that sort of commitment is what I love, and that's why I love my job. The talent in this group is really going to blow you away, just as much as it did with me when I heard their performances. And as we dissected every bit of each song, my goodness, you guys are in for a treat tonight. Enjoy, guys. Roll that tape, yo.
Good evening, Papua New Guinea. I'm Rebecca Tobena, your host for Vocal Fusion Season 8. Coming to you from the Cosmopolitan, it's great to be with you tonight. Last week, we witnessed the first 2 virtual contestants secure their place in the top 10. Tonight, we feature the next 9 virtual contestants in Final Cut 2. And we get to see who will be the next 2 contestants to join last week's 2 judges' picks for a place in the top 10. Before we move on, a special acknowledgement to our sponsors of the show, Colgate, Telecom PNG, Best Star, and Nestle with the product Nescafe 3-in-1 Mocha. Also, a big thank you to our production partners, PNG Air, EMTV's Vocal Fusion's official airline carrier, the Cosmopolitan, our host venue partner for Vocal Fusion Season 8, the Crown Hotel, our accommodation partner for Season 8, #1 Trophy House, our grand finalist trophy award sponsors and host wardrobe, and to Trans Beauty International, our hair and makeup specialist for Vocal Fusion Season 8. Thank you for being a part of this journey with us. Now moving on to our judging panel, let's meet our judges, or let's greet our judges. Graham, how's it going?
Yeah, we're already fired up for tonight, so here we go.
Great. How about you, Ofo? Are you looking forward to tonight's show?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we had a blast last week, so I can't wait to get tonight's show started.
Very nice. And of course, joining our judging panel all the way from New Zealand is our amazing coach and mentor, Lavina Williams. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing amazing. I'm really, really looking forward to tonight. Let's bring it on.
Great. Thank you for being with us tonight, judges. Right, let's get started. Kicking off our Final Cut 2 this evening is Lamek Rimandai, all the way from Medang. And he will perform Bruno Mars, Talking to the Moon. Best of luck, Lamek.
I know you're somewhere out there, somewhere far away. I want you back, I want you back. But they don't know what I know, 'cause when the sun goes down, someone's talking back. Yeah, they're talking back. Oh. At night when the sun I'm trying to get to you. And hope you're on the other side, talking to me too. Oh, am I a fool? We'll sit alone, talking to the moon. Oh, I know you're somewhere out there, somewhere far away.
Wow.
A very good effort there by our first virtual contestant this evening, Lamek Ramandai. Now let's start with Graham for his comments.
Well, it's a good start to this round. Last week, number one got second, so this guy is way up there with that guy from last week. Number one. He's got a good, strong voice, this guy, and he's given it everything for his audition. I really liked what he did. Thank you.
Great comments there. Lavina.
Yeah, I really love the dynamics. He put his own flavor into that rendition that he did. It's a bit pitchy here and there, especially in the chorus and the pre-chorus when he did come through. But, man, what a strong beginning and a really beautiful ending that he gave there. And, like, you know what, just trusting himself to go there with his vocals and have that freedom there. It's, you know, that's what it's all about, really, you know, just really trusting yourself to go there and trusting the rehearsal period that you put in so much during our vocal classes. He did really well. I'm very, very proud.
Great comments. How about you, O4?
I'm in agreement with both. I mean, you can see it in the expression on his face.
Yeah.
He just let it go. He didn't try to hesitate, didn't hold back.
Yeah.
As Vinna said, yeah, there were certain parts, I think, at the start of the chorus which was a bit pitchy, but you know, he's got so much potential. Like, it's so much power behind his voice, you can tell, and he used it in his emotions as well. Good control over his vocals as well. I think just maybe his pronunciation a bit with his lyrics, that can be worked. It's nothing that can't be fixed. But other than that, man, that was just a great start to the show. Well done.
Great. Yes, indeed. A great start to the show. Thank you, judges. Now, after the break, our next two contestants, also from Port Moresby. One will perform an Adele song, and the other opts for a recent hit by The Weeknd. Stay with us.
Oh, sweet darling.
Welcome back. You're watching MTV's Vocal Fusion Season 8, coming to you from the Cosmopolitan. A special acknowledgement to PNG Air, MTV's Vocal Fusion's official airline carrier. Moving right along, our next virtual contestant also resides in the nation's capital, and he has chosen to perform In Your Eyes by The Weeknd. Please make welcome Dwayne Auna.
I just pretend that I'm in the dark. I don't regret, 'cause my heart can't take all us. I'd rather be so oblivious. I'd rather be with you. When it's said, when it's done, yeah, I will never let you know. I'm ashamed of what I've done, yeah. Look at you in your eyes.
I like him, he's good.
See, there's something burning inside you. Oh, inside you. In your eyes, you light I don't let it define you. Oh, define you. You always try to hide the pain. You always know just what to say. I always look the other way, and I'm blind in your eyes. You lie, but I don't let it define you. Oh, define you. In your eyes, in your eyes, in your eyes, in your eyes.
A very good effort there by Dwayne Auna. Judges, your comments, please. This time we'll start with Lavina.
I really enjoyed that vocal performance. He's got a really beautiful, unique tone. Even that accent that he put in there was really cute as well. You know, I really do appreciate that. I really love that performance. Well done, Dwayne.
Great. And 04.
Yeah, I mean, 2 good performances in a row, I reckon. Dwayne, bro, it was really good because you put your emotion into it. The expression was there. Yeah. You closed your eyes, you just let yourself feel the song. And to have that rendition, because it's a faster song, the original was faster, so slow it down in the way you did was awesome. And what Lavina pointed out, man, you have a really, really nice tone. It's really clear, and you can hear everything you're saying, so well done, bro.
Great. How about you, Graham?
Well, it's all been said, really. You know, he did have a great tone, and good on you, Dwayne. You did very, very, very well. I love the shaggy dog haircut. Everything was good.
Yes.
Another bunch of positive comments from our judges. Thank you. Now moving on, our next contestant is all the way from Ley City, Morobe Province. This is Ruby Lucas performing Fiji's Sweet Darling. That was Ruby Lucas with her rendition of George Fiji Veikos's Sweet Darling. Let's see what our judges have to say. We'll start with 04.
Good night, Ruby. It was a good performance. I'll give you that. I wouldn't say it was great. It was just good. You know, that's one of my favorite songs from Fiji as well. So it's just a feel-good love song. You know, it's reggae. The original is reggae, so it's just all about feeling good, and it's also at the same time sentimental. Your confidence was there, expression. I loved what you wore and how you color coordinated with the background as well.
Yeah.
But I just feel that maybe you could have put a bit more of your own twist, especially in the chorus. I was looking for something really big for you to end that performance, but it just didn't quite come for me. But all in all, good effort, good effort.
Great critique there from 04. How about you, Graham?
Well, Ruby, I understand where 04 is coming from. I just thought that you tried to give your little twist to it, your own little twist to the song. And it didn't quite get there, but it was still a good performance. Yeah. I love the blue that you wore. It was just absolutely fantastic. And I especially loved the guy whoever it was playing the guitar. I thought that was a great compliment to your song. So, okay, no worries.
Great one, Graham. How about you, Lavina?
Yeah, she looked beautiful. Her backdrop was amazing. It really did compliment her attire. Her wardrobe was perfect. All of that was great. She's got a beautiful, strong voice. Girl can sing for sure. She's got soul. But at the same time, the pitchy in the chorus, I loved her rendition. Also, I would have loved her to engage with the audience, look down that lens, straight to our hearts, straight to our souls, to bring us into her performance. And she didn't do that at all. In the beginning, it was like, you know, those clowns at the circus. It was like, you just like, come on, man.
She was
like,
too close to the wall.
Yeah, exactly. I want to be a part of your show. I want to be
Yeah,
a part
that's
of your
right.
And she didn't get there. I agree with probably. She just didn't take us there. So, yeah, good effort though.
Thank you, judges. We have 2 more virtual contestants who are both Port Moresby based coming right up. But we'll head off for a quick break and return right after these messages. We'll see you soon. Welcome back. You're watching MTV's Vocal Fusion Season 8, coming to you from the Cosmopolitan, MTV's Vocal Fusion host venue partner. Up next is Jonathan Paraskos, performing a track by Irish rock band U2. He's not a newcomer to the show. Hopefully, Jonathan can turn his luck around this time. This is Jonathan Paraskos with Every Breaking Wave.
Every breaking wave on the shore, there's the next one, there'll be one more. And the sea knows where all the rocks I'm drowning, it's no sin. You know when my heart is the same place that yours has been. And we know we feel the wind before we end, before we begin, before we begin. If you go, if you go your way and I'll go mine, oh it's so helpless against the tide, calling every dog on the street. Know that we're in love with defeat. I'll be ready to be swept off our feet and stop chasing every breaking wave. Every breaking wave.
Great effort there by Jonathan. Now over to the judges. We'll start off with Lavina.
I loved it. Loved that performance. Amazing vocal projection, great control. He looked great. The backdrop was amazing. But at the same time, it's nice to get lost in the song when you perform. But closing your eyes, 3/4 of the song, you sort of lose your audience. You know, we lose interest when you sort of break that wall between you and the audience. So again, it's the same comment as I gave Ruby. Make sure you give eye contact. You know, that's how you really do bring us into the song and what it really means to you and how it relates to you, you know. But otherwise, great effort. Loved it.
Great critique there, Lavina. How about you, Graham?
Well, I remember Jonathan from way back when he auditioned. He's got a little bit older and a little bit better looking, and he sang really well. I understand where Lavinia is coming from with the eye contact thing, but you know there isn't any audience, and he's only looking at a microphone really, where to go. I thought it was a good performance. I really enjoyed it, and I think he's come a long way in the couple of years, or 2 or 3 years that he's hasn't been around. Well done.
Thank you, Graham. And 04.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell from that performance just by watching it that, you know, it looks as if you're a seasoned performer. Like you've been singing for a while. As Vinna pointed out, I think the only flaw that I could pick out from that is your audience engagement. If you weren't closing your eyes, you're practically looking above the camera. Like, you have to remember that we still judge you on that. If you have to engage us, we're your audience right now. It's not like where you're on stage and you have an audience around. Performing virtual is you're performing for the people in the camera, like through the TV. So you have to always bear that in mind. Like, that also goes for the contestants that are coming after you. So keep that in mind. It's very important. But other than that, it was a really good performance. I really enjoyed it. You have a very powerful voice. Well done.
Thank you, judges. Now moving right along, our next virtual contestant has chosen to perform a One Direction song. He had taken part last year. Hopefully his performance tonight will get him somewhere and a place in the top 10. Please make welcome Hilvisam Manubagu with One Direction's Perfect.
I might never be a knight in shining armor, and I might never be the one you take home to mother, and I might never be the one who brings the flowers, but I can be the one tonight. When I first saw you from across the room, I could tell you were curious, yeah. Girl, I hope you're sure what you're looking for, 'cause I'm not good at making promises. But if you like causing trouble up in hotel rooms, and if you like having secret little rendezvous, if you like to do the things you know that we shouldn't do, then baby, I'm perfect. Baby, I'm perfect for you. And if you like midnight driving with the windows down, and if you like going places we can't even pronounce, if you like to do whatever you've been dreaming about, baby, you're perfect. Baby, you're perfect. So let's start right now. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, there was Hilvisam Manubagu, who also resides right here in the nation's capital. Now over to the judges for their thoughts. Graham.
Well, he's a real dude, that young man. He really, really is. And, you know, like, he sings along really well, and he's got so much spirit and so much ability within himself. He just keeps going, you know. So, you know, he's got to be a candidate. He fronted up last year, and he was a little bit unlucky, and I think that he's just gone the same way, but he's just full of life, and good on you, young man. Well done.
Brilliant. How about you, Lavina?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was very interesting to watch. It was like his mumbling. I mean, come on, dude. You need to enunciate and really work on the diction so people can understand what you're singing first and foremost.
Well, that's your
and
job.
Also, well, obviously he didn't listen. Okay. But also another point was maybe if you had put the key lower, you wouldn't be straining so much in those choruses, you know, and breaking up there. And it would have also given you room to sort of explore more of the melody variations that you could do when you do your little ad-libs and licks and stuff, which is beautiful. You can really sing. You can sing, but like these little pointers, I think you really need to train a little bit more vocal classes where you would do some good, to be honest.
Great critique there. And 04.
I agree with both my co-judges. The main thing I picked out from that and I wrote down was his pronunciation. Like for those who are familiar with the song, it's no problem to them because they know the song beforehand. Even before listening to it, they can already pick apart like what you're saying. But for someone who's never heard that song before and to see you perform it, they would absolutely have no idea what you're saying. Because of the pronunciation of the way it was, I mean, like Lavina said, it was like you were mumbling. I couldn't really pick apart. Like, I've heard the song once or twice before. I'm not a really big fan of One Direction, but I'm familiar with the song. So there were some words where I couldn't understand you at all. But apart from that, like, you're a bubbly person, you're confident, you engage with the audience. Yeah. So, you know, just take heed of that next time. But well done.
Great critiques and comments from our judges. Well, PNG, we have 4 more contestants to go. Mary Nauga and George Eki from Port Moresby are coming up next. When we return with more on Vocal Fusion Season 8. We'll see you shortly.
Say, make up your mind tonight. Say.
Welcome back. A word of thanks to Crown Hotel, MTV's Vocal Fusion's accommodation partner for Season 8, and to Trends Beauty International, our hair and makeup specialist for Vocal Fusion Season 8. As I said before the break, we have 4 more virtual contestants to get through. And our next contestant has chosen to sing an Adele cover version of an original classic by an American blues singer, guitarist, and songwriter, Bonnie Wright. Please make welcome Mary Nauga performing Make You Feel My Love.
Turn down the lights, turn down the bed, turn down these voices inside my head. Lay down with me, tell me no lie, just hold me close, don't patronize, don't patronize me, 'cause I can't make you love me if you don't. You can't make your heart feel something that it won't. Here in the dark, these final hours, I will lay down my heart and I will feel the power, but you won't. I can't make you love me if you don't. Oh, no, 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 no.
What a powerful performance there by Mary Nauga. Now let's cross over to the judges for their comments. We'll start off with 04.
Good night, Mary. Not a great performance. I'm going to say it was a good performance again. You have a very strong voice. It indeed was a very powerful performance. I can also tell you've been singing for a while. You maintained eye contact, you engaged with the audience all throughout, which is very good. You had expression. And that's a really tough song to cover, by the way. So, you know, you have to be really courageous to do that. And you did an okay job, I'm going to say. But it was a good effort anyway. That's what I'll say.
Brilliant. Thank you, 04. How about you, Graham?
Well, I think there's quite a few people that would turn off the light and pull up the sheets and make love to that. Make love to that lovely lady, because
Wow.
I
Okay.
think she's excuse me, it's my turn. Do you mind? She sang absolutely magnificent, and I really enjoyed her performance, and I hope she makes it through. Well done, dear.
Great comments there, Graham. Well, you know, our judges doing what judges do best, judge. Next up, Lavina.
Yeah, I really did love that performance. Great effort, Mama. I really do understand how much effort you did put into that. Guys, she just gave birth. You know, she's got a newborn, and for her to perform like that and give so much power and conviction. I appreciate that. I also appreciate the BVs that came along and really added color to that chorus, made it really, oh man, I got goosebumps when they sang, you know, when they came in. It really does up the level of, you know, of creativity. I would have loved to have your hair down, because we were talking about bringing the sexy in with this song. Turn down the lights, like just like what Papa Bear said. But hey, you really did a great effort tonight, and I really, really loved the performance. Well done.
Well done. Thank you, Coach.
Great comments from our judges, and congratulations, Mary. Now, moving on, our next contestant is a Port Moresby representative, George Eki, who has chosen to perform a classic rock song by British-American rock group Foreigner. Please welcome George Eki singing Say You Will.
Say you will, say you won't, make up your mind tonight. Say you do, say you don't, want to be mine. Say you will, say you won't, make up your mind this time. Say you will, be mine tonight. I can't sleep, I keep dreaming of losing you. Feel so alone in the nights, get to open my eyes. I'm in too deep, I'm in over my head this time. Can't get you out of my mind, no matter how hard I try. So won't you say you will, say you won't, make up your mind tonight. Say you will, say you won't, be my guiding light. Say you will, say you won't, make up your mind this time. Say you will, be mine tonight.
Another good effort there by another one of our virtual contestants, George Eki. Now over to the judges. What say you, Graham?
You're picking on me tonight. You're sort of going to me a lot as first. I'm a bit confused.
I believe I am keeping track in my head.
Georgie, let me just tell you, mate, it was just a reasonable performance, young man. I know that you can do a lot better than that. It wasn't your best performance by far, as far as I'm concerned. I've actually heard you sing better than that, and it was okay. I'll give you that. Okay.
How about you, Four?
Yeah, good night, George. I'm gonna have to agree with Papa Bear on this one. It was a decent performance, but in terms
decent.
Like I don't know, decent maybe is the wrong word, but like if we're gonna hold you to the standard that we're used to on the show, then I don't know. Like it was like you were just scraping through that performance. Like your heart wasn't in it. You had one expression the whole time. It was like you were in pain.
Yes.
It was an interesting song choice. I mean, it's like light rock. You know, you have to at least put a bit more life and expression into it. You know what I'm saying? It just looked like you were in pain from start to finish. There was no other expression besides that wincing look on your face. But Miss House and potential and stuff. You have potential. You wouldn't have been in the final cuts if you didn't. So
no, he does.
So you know, on a positive note, just rethink of what we're saying, and just if you do make it in to the top 10, then you have to come back much stronger than that. So well done anyway.
Thank you, Four. And Lavina, I saw you nodding a lot to all Four's comments. How did you feel about the performance?
I just think that he bit off more than he could chew. His wrong song choice. This is what happens when you don't turn up to your vocal classes, mate. Okay? I thought that the runs weren't clear and accurate. Accuracy is key when it comes to ad-libbing and adding your little licks and stuff. There was no wow factor for me. There was no climax in the song. It really did flatline for me. So I didn't enjoy that. It's Say You Will, say. I mean, seriously, who wants to watch that? I'm disappointed in his performance. I know he can do better.
Well, you just heard there our coach and mentor for the virtual contestants. Great comments from our judges. We're now down to our final 2 virtual contestants for Final Cut 2. And that is Dion Orena and Vita Pala. So don't go too far. We'll be right back with these performances after these messages. We'll see you soon.
You love someone, you make room. Hold me like a more than just a friend.
Welcome back to Vocal Fusion Season 8, coming to you from the Cosmopolitan. A special acknowledgement to #1 Trophy House, our grand finalist Trophy Award sponsors, and host wardrobe. We'd also like to acknowledge Colgate-Palmolive, our prize money sponsors for the grand finalists of Vocal Fusion Season 8. Once again, a big thanks to John Wood and the team. Remember, only 4 of our virtual performers will make it through to the grand final. The third runner-up gets to win 5,000 kina. The second runner-up walks away with 10,000 kina. The first runner-up pockets 15,000 kina. And the grand final winner for Vocal Fusion Season 8 wins 30,000 kina. Now to our second last virtual contestant for Final Cut 2. He's another one of our Port Moresby resident and is singing a track by Danish pop and soul band Lucas Graham. Please make welcome Dion Orena performing Lucas Graham's Love Someone.
Every day I wake up and I pinch myself. You're with me, not someone else. And I'm scared, girl, I'm still scared. That is all a dream. 'Cause you still look perfect as days goes by. Even the worst ones you make me smile. I'd stop the world if you gave us time. 'Cause if you love someone, you'd open up your arms. If you love someone, you'd make room. If you love someone, and you're not afraid to lose, and you probably never love someone like I do. You probably never love someone like I do. Ooh, all my life I feel like it's hard to find the ones they left find you. And it feels so bittersweet. 'Cause you gave it something to lose. If you love someone, you'd open up your arms. If you love someone, you'd make room. If you love someone, and you're not afraid to lose him, you probably never loved someone like I do. You probably never loved someone like I do. You probably never loved someone like I do.
A pretty good rendition there by Dion. Now over to the judges for your comments. We'll start off with 04.
Dion, good night. I enjoyed that performance. The video quality was a bit poor, but you know that still didn't, like, your voice was still shining through. I reckon, like certain parts of that song where you could tell how good of your voice is. You have a great tone. I would have loved if you did a bit more with maybe your hands instead of just holding the mic, because I think you held it from start till finish. Mm-hmm. But other than that, man, I actually really like the tone of your voice. I think it's someone Lavin, I reckon, can do wonders with your voice. That's what I reckon.
Yeah.
Yep. I enjoyed it. Well done.
Great. Thank you for. How about you, Graham?
Well, these are, Dion, listen to me very carefully. This is just one of these things that I come up with every now and then. It wasn't a good quality film, as 04 says. But the thing was, I would like to see our coach work with you, because I believe that you've got it. And I believe that this is one of the people that I always say every now and then, once she gets hold of you, she'll just make you a far better singer. And I just felt that with this guy. It was a terrible, terrible rendition, in my opinion, but he's got quality, and it needs to be brought out of him. And there's no better person in the whole of the Pacific than to bring things out of people than Lavina, our coach.
Thanks, Papa Bear.
Brilliant, brilliant. Lavina.
Yeah, look, it was a very beautiful vocal performance. The beginning was amazing. Boy can sing, for sure, 100%. He has potential. He has star quality. For a guy that can sing so effortlessly like that, I did really expect him to do different arrangements in that last chorus. You know, it became very repetitious. He's saying exactly the same as the first chorus. So if he sort of changed it up a little bit, give us a little bit of climax in there, that would have been great. Yeah. But other than that, I really loved his voice. He does have something very special. So, yeah, he's one to look out for sure.
Brilliant comments there, Lavina. Thank you, judges. Well, PNG, we are now down to our final virtual contestant in Final Cut 2. She is Port Moresby based and has chosen to take on an Adele number. Please make welcome Vita Pala with Adele's All I Ask. An amazing performance there by Vita. Judges, your thoughts. Lavina?
Oh my goodness, hands down, probably my favorite tonight. Yeah. Effortless. Oh my goodness, beautiful tone, vocal consistency. Oh my goodness, she ticked every box, honey. The only thing that is a bit of lacking is her stage presence, her performance, stage connection, and it needs a bit of work, but that'll come with practice for sure. The camera guy would have been nice if he had it in landscape mode so we can get the whole full entirety of her performance, and just her giving a little bit more with that part, but only little things that could be easily fixed with practice. But oh my goodness, vocals to die for. I love that.
Great stuff, Lavina. How about you, 04?
Yeah, man, that's all I can say is just amazing voice, amazing control. Other than like her performance being a bit stiff, and like that's like Lavina said, that's nothing that can't be fixed. But definitely for me as well, that's definitely the best performance for tonight. Well done, Vita. What a voice.
Yeah, beautiful.
And of course, Aussie 5 Graham, what did you think of the performance?
Well, I think that she's a wonderful looking young lady. She dressed absolutely magnificent. She sang very well, but it just seemed to me that she was in an environment where she couldn't really sort of express herself, I suppose. But, she does do a little gig here and there around the place, and You know, she's an excellent singer. I can't wait for her to get on the show, and I hope she's successful tonight because she really deserves it. Lovely, lovely girl.
Great. Thank you, judges. Well, PNG, now that we've showcased all the contestants pulled into Final Cut 2, the judges will now take a moment to deliberate before we announce who will be the next 2 contestants to secure a place in the top 10. That's coming right up after these messages. We'll see you soon. Welcome back. You're watching MTV's Vocal Fusion Season 8's Final Cut 2, coming to you from the Cosmopolitan. We've just showcased 9 out of the 26 contestants remaining after the judges' final screening. We will reveal the next 2 lucky virtual contestants that will go through to the top 10 very shortly. But first, let's recap our 9 virtual contestants. Lamek Rimandai.
Trying to get to you.
Dwayne Auna.
Try to hide the pain. You always know what to say. I always look the other way, and I'm blind in your eyes.
Ruby Lucas.
Wondering how, sweet darling. What did I do to deserve you? What did I say to make your angel eyes turn away?
Jonathan Paraskos.
If you go your way and I'll go mine, oh it's so helpless. Darling, every dog on the street.
Hilvesam Manabagu.
Saw you from across the room. I could tell you were curious. Yeah, girl, I hope you're sure what you're looking for. 'Cause I'm not good at making promises.
Mary Nauga.
Make you love me if you don't. You can't make your heart feel something that it won't hear in the dark.
George Eki.
You say you will, say you won't. Make up your mind tonight. Say you will, say you won't. Be my guiding light.
Dion Orena.
I wake up and I pinch myself. You're with me, not someone else. And I'm scared, girl, I'm still scared. That it's all a dream.
And Vita Pala. Before we announce the winners, let's head over to the judges for their final thoughts. On behalf of the judges, Graham.
Oh, well, can I just say that I thought the 9 contestants tonight were a bit of a step up from last week. I think they made us really think about what we're doing here, and I think that there was actually 4 people there who came very close. Unfortunately, we can only pick 2, and maybe 2 can be standbys for later on. But I thought everybody sang, the standard was far higher. And I was really happy with what it is. So I hope I speak on behalf of the rest of the judges, that the standard was good,
100%.
and I think that it all looks for going better as we press on.
Thank you, Graham. On behalf of the judges, now, for the moment we've all been waiting for, the first virtual contestant to make it through to the top 10 from Final Cut number 2 is... Vita Pala. And the second virtual contestant chosen by the judges from Final Cut number 2 through to the top 10 is... Lamek Rimadai.
Talking to the moon, so trying to get to you. And hope you're on the other side, talking to me too. Oh, how I'm a fool.
And there you have it, our lucky 2 winners from Final Cut 2, securing themselves a place in the top 10. Once again, a big thanks to our judging panel, Lavina 04 and Graham Osborne. Thank you to our sponsors, Colgate, Telecom PNG, Besta, and Nestle with their product Nescafe 3-in-1 Mocha. Also a big thank you to our production partners, PNG Air, EMTV's Vocal Fusion's official airline carrier, the Cosmopolitan, our host venue partner for Vocal Fusion Season 8, the Crown Hotel, our accommodation partner for Season 8, Number 1 Trophy House, our grand finalist, Trophy Award sponsor and host wardrobe, and to Trans Beauty International, our host hair and makeup for Season 8. Once again, join us next week Sunday at the same time for Final Cut number 3 on Vocal Fusion Season 8. And a big thank you to you, our audience, for watching. It's a pleasure to keep you company once again. Now from MTV's production crew and I, until next week, it's good night PNG. Along.
Love the Shaggy Dog haircut. Everything was good. Thank you, Lavinia.
Thanks, Lavina. Lavina. God damn, what are you going?
MTV's Vocal Fusion Season 8 was proudly brought to you by Colgate Palmolive, Telecom PNG, Besta, Nescafe 3-in-1 Mocha, PNG Air, the Cosmopolitan, Number 1 Trophy House, the Crown Hotel, and Trans Beauty International.